Fisher. It's Lambert.
We got an emergency on our hands. Gooners across the internet have realized if they concentrate all of their man juices in one location, they can create a weapon deadlier than any we've seen before.
It's big anime titties galore out here. We need your help.
Speak English, Lambert. What do we need to do? First, I need you to deal with Anna Grimsdottir. She's been running her mouth about certain accusations of misconduct and has started calling me slurs.
Black hell!
Now that that's dealt with, we can proceed. We have to track down the Gooners and shut down the milking factory before they reach critical mass. Got it. Do you remember Splinter Cell? Back in 2002, there was a huge buzz around sexy men in tight suits sneaking around and occasionally shooting things. A few years prior, Metal Gear Solid took the world by storm. Siphon Filter was a hit, and bald men existed. This left the world ready for a grumpy old man that doesn't know what's going on.
Everybody's been real coy about what exactly I'm allowed to know.
It's the nature of the agency.
Good. Ready to get to work?
I'd feel better if I knew what was going on. Are we working with the CIA's cooperation? You didn't answer my question.
I'll tell you what you need to know.
Enter Sam Fisher, elite member of Third Echelon, molester of sharks, and splits extraordinaire. If James Bond is the playboy of espionage and Jason Bourne the amnesiac assassin, Sam Fisher is the old guy you meet at the bus stop that overshares about shit he's seen and is probably mad at people with blue hair. The plot of the game is pretty straightforward.
'Tis confusion!
Two missing CIA agents presumed dead, followed by some classic American freedom. I knew a girl called Georgia. Great girl, huge rack. After a brief tutorial mission at the NSA headquarters is complete,
This next door is keypad locked. The man guarding the door has the code to open it, but he's been instructed not to cooperate.
What's the door code?
28469.
It was a pleasure working with you.
Likewise.
okay, at the speed that this guy just gave up, it's no wonder those CIA agents got caught. The game takes the rails off and you're away. I almost forgot how tough this game could be, and looking back through rose-tinted glasses, maybe I wasn't as much of a cerebral assassin as I thought I was at 11 years old. Ow, ow. Oh, I'm bad at old games. Stop shooting me! Stop it! Ah! During the first few missions, we're introduced to the main bad guy of the series, Gingers. Whilst on our quest to stop the geopolitical landscape of 2004 from falling apart, we take on a side quest to stop public indecency. Is this guy taking a piss? And people with terrible haircuts. Excuse me, sir. Who is your barber? I would like to avoid him at all costs. Oh, it was a hat. Okay, now I feel bad because he's just one of the bald bros. The game does a great job of introducing us to some of its stealth mechanics, whilst keeping some of them a secret until we have absolutely no idea what we're meant to be doing. I'm lost, I'm very, very lost, I'm lost, where do I go? Oh, I didn't know that rappelling was a thing. The first few missions are based heavily in Georgia, where we believe that the president had something to do with the missing government operatives. Spoiler, but there's more. If rizzing up the locals wasn't enough to get your blood pumping. Are you Trevor? What? Who's Trevor? Trevor, from Grindr. He said to meet him here. You must have me mistaken with someone else. I know not of the Grindr you speak. We're gonna have some fun. Mission 2 has us infiltrate the Georgian Defense Ministry, where stealth is key and we mustn't be caught.
Some kind of foreign soldier.
Oh, for fuck! Everything about this mission revolves around trying to link the dead CIA operatives to the Georgian government, along with trying to figure out why some very bad men with hard to pronounce names are meeting in an elevator.
The glass elevator's in motion.
Make with the laser, Mike Fisher. It's mission critical that we hear what Grinko and Mass say before they reach the top.
Did you hear about Trevor? Yes. He was trying to have some saucy encounter with a man in the street, playing some strange sex games. Oh yeah? He ended up getting hit over the back of the head. Didn't even finish himself off. What a selfish lover.
After infiltrating the literal president of Georgia's office and downloading his browser history, it turns out that he really likes feet, had something to do with the bodies, but also Georgia is currently causing a mass genocide in Azerbaijan, and no one knew. No one, literally no one had a clue that the former Soviet Republic of Georgia, famous for its sprawling cave monastery and high yield of peaches, is currently run and gun looting and scooting its way through neighboring Azerbaijan. Also, if you're wondering, their national fruit is pomegranates. We were all wondering that.
Fisher, we have intel from HQ that there's a level 10 gooner on an oil rig.
And he's got a briefcase with his most valuable Pokemon cards handcuffed to it. We need you to take him out and get those Pokemon cards. Oh man, if they find me, I'm screwed. We gotta go, man. We gotta get out of here. Hello. Oh, what do you want? What's a level 10 gooner like you doing on an oil rig? This isn't just an oil rig. This is the largest gooner milking facility in the world. There's so much cum here. It's caused the pipes to burst. Please, let me go. I haven't seen all of the hentai. Today, we're breaking into the CIA. And as usual, 0 casualties.
Do you know anybody who was hurt?
You did. The mission is centered around finding out who's been leaking secrets. And quite frankly, my money is on the ginger guy. Because, well, you know. In true gaming logic from the early noughties, this is a 0 casualty mission. So, for the first time in the game, they've given me a machine gun. Wait, who set off the alarm? You, come here. Oi, come here. Come here. Rat. Rat. You little rat. Ratting me out.
Good Lord, Fisher, have you gone mad?
Who are you?
Oh no, you're not ratting me out this time, dude. Sleepy time. The rest of the mission plays out pretty much how you'd expect it to.
Charlie!
We hack into the mainframe of the CIA, which I'm absolutely sure looks like this in real life, with a single cuck chair in a clean room. Once we're done here and we've given this guy a judo chop, we have to kidnap a chubby smoker and sneak him off for tickles with Vin Diesel. The game starts to get a little funny for the next few levels, as it feels a lot like everything is run and gun. The plot points get a little confusing as well. Going from searching for the CIA agents to Pomegranate Land being invaded to hijacking the Guna mainframe and then running around a Russian power plant where our final objective is to stow away on a nuclear waste train only to be extracted by a helicopter. After the death of our ginger friend and some award-winning voice acting,
Well,
I don't want to die.
You're dying, Wilkes.
I'm sorry.
we're going to infiltrate the Chinese embassy in Myanmar because apparently the Chinese are involved and quite frankly, I'm lost.
You late, but you here. Okay, we need to do this quickly.
Go ahead.
Let's take a moment over these next few levels to be critical of the game and its plot. The game itself is very good, and I know exactly why young me enjoyed it. You can take your time with the levels as much as you want to, with some replayability and discovering alternative routes to get to your target. The game definitely feels harder than it was at times, but that's always the way when you come back and play older games. It does feel like some of the missions become a little bit run and gun, which isn't completely in tune with the stealth vibe of the game, but when you look at other games it was competing with at the time, it kind of lines up with those as well. I also found it quite interesting that the game doesn't give you any instructions on the new equipment past the tutorial mission. Things like rappelling, the new gadgets like the camera jammer and the SC20K attachment, they're all discovered by you on the fly during the levels. You also find yourself running into the same sorts of enemy the whole time until the game randomly starts throwing dogs at you. Now, the AI was a little frustrating at times as well, when instead of going to where the sound of a bottle breaks, they will investigate the point which it was thrown from. They also quite like patrolling in a completely straight line and then spinning on the spot at the end, which makes trailing them quite difficult. I'm convinced it's completely possible to complete this game without taking anyone out though, with a bit of patience and some clever pathing. There were a few times where I would get alarms triggered for bodies found, whilst I was stood over the only bodies on the floor and there was no cameras, no guards, and no one to spot the body. So unless there's a hidden radio mechanic, which we know comes up in a lot of the stealth games, I was completely baffled by this. You're also instructed in the tutorial level to shoot out lights to disarm the enemy's vision. However, it turns out that a lot of the light sources within the game are bulletproof. Now, I get it. It would be completely overpowered if the entire map was plunged into darkness and you could just jolly past everyone with your Todger out. However, introducing that mechanic and then giving everyone in the game the budget to purchase bulletproof light bulbs is kind of mental. I've spoken about it briefly before, but the plot in the game lost me quite a bit. We had two missing CIA agents that turned up dead in a police station after discovering something that they shouldn't have, which led us to an oil rig on the Caspian Sea in search of Pokemon cards, to logging into the CIA mainframe, which apparently looks like this, and suddenly China is involved and there's a war going on, and then you have to rescue some American soldiers, but they're wearing the same camouflage as the enemy.
Good Lord, Fisher, what have you done?
Once you've done all of that, we have to sneak Mission Impossible style through a laser grid to secure something called an Ark, which apparently isn't a boat. But it turns out that the Ark wasn't in the box, and now we have to leng a man down that was just trying to catch a cool breeze before giggling maniacally on a boat.
History will not forget your resolve.
But that is Splinter Cell. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We experimented with styles quite a bit in this one, so if you've made it this far, I'd love to hear what you thought. Leave me a comment if you have any cool games that you want me to add to my list, and as always, I'll see you next time.